Your nonverbal signals don't always convey what you intend them to. In fact, when people read your body language, you can count on them making these 5 major mistakes. First, they won't consider the context. People can't really make sense of your nonverbal message unless they understand the circumstances behind it. Your team members and colleagues won't always have access to this insight. So if you yawn in a staff meeting and people don't know it's because you were up early for an international business call, they'll assume you're just bored. Second mistake, they'll find meaning in one gesture. People are constantly trying to evaluate your state of mind by monitoring your body language, but all too often they'll assign meaning to a single nonverbal cue. And since the human brain pays more attention to negative messages than it does to positive ones, people are mainly on the alert for any sign that says you're in a bad mood and not to be approached. You may be more comfortable standing with your arms folded across your chest, or you may be cold. But don't be surprised when others judge that gesture as resistant and unapproachable. Third mistake, they won't know your baseline. One of the keys to accurately reading body language is to compare someone's current nonverbal behavior to their baseline or normal behavior. But if people haven't observed you over time, they won't know that you habitually frown when you're concentrating. They'll most likely think the frown is a reaction to something they just said or did. The fourth mistake, they'll judge you through an array of personal biases. Now, sometimes these biases work in your favor. If you remind people of someone they like, they'll probably like you too. But biases can also work against you. What if you reminded people of someone they despised? You might overcome it with time, but you can bet that their initial response to you won't be a good one. And the fifth mistake, they'll evaluate you through a filter of cultural biases. When it comes to cross-cultural body language, you can expect to be judged by behaviors that include how close you stand to a colleague in conversation, how much or how little you touch others, the degree of emotion in your voice, the amount of eye contact you display, and the kind of hand gestures you use. And what feels so right in one culture can be seen as highly insulting in another. These are the 5 mistakes you can expect people to make. Understanding them and trying not to make the same mistakes will help you become a more effective nonverbal communicator.